So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, we'll get to the next segment of the night where we see, well, before we actually talk about that segment, we got to talk about one backstage. So yeah, we see Angel talking to Andrade backstage, talking about how Andrade embarrassed him in front of his family and all that stuff. But then Apollo Crews attacks Angel from backstage and all that stuff for costing him his match. So yeah, that's what happened there, and he got held back by the referees and stuff. But then after that, we get to the next segment of the night where we see Kevin Owens. He's out there in the ring, and he has a few things to say. He says that pretty much he returned last Friday night on SmackDown to help his friend Randy Orton to pretty much, advance into the King of the Ring because of the issues with the bloodline. And he says that he knows that Randy Orton did not, pretty much win the King of the Ring tournament, but he says that, Orton could have won that match because he got screwed at the ending. So yeah, that's what Kevin Owens was saying, but he says Orton's not there tonight because of his leg and all that stuff, and he hopes that he heals up well. And he says that pretty much Orton's always been helping him out for like the past few years and all that stuff, so he's been wanting to help Orton out. So yeah, that's what Kevin Owens was talking about. But then he starts talking about the bloodline and all that stuff, about what they've been up to and all that. But then all of a sudden, Paul Heyman comes out. Paul Heyman looks at him, and he says that he's trying to help Kevin Owens, and he says that Roman Reigns has always respected Kevin Owens, even though they went through so much stuff. He says that he actually respected him, that he actually got that Roman actually acknowledged Kevin Owens and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what Paul Heyman was talking about there. And then he was talking about how Solo Sikoa and the rest of the bloodline is dangerous and all that stuff, and that they're a bunch of thugs and they will come out there and attack him if he says their name and all that stuff, because they're just looking for an excuse to come out there and attack him. So yeah, that's what Paul Heyman was talking about. But then, Kevin Owens was talking about why should I trust anything that you say and all that stuff about all this stuff, and, he's been ready to fight the bloodline. And then Paul Heyman looks at me and goes like, did you ever realize that, that I'm not trying to help you, I'm trying to save you? And he starts going off and stuff, getting so pissed off, and he was talking about how he's been trying to save Kevin Owens from those thugs and all that stuff. But then all of a sudden, Paul Heyman accidentally hits his mic onto Kevin Owens' chest, and then Kevin Owens kind of gets pissed off. He looks at me and says, all right, I'm going to get you now. And then he backs Paul Heyman up into a corner up until Solo Sikoa's music starts playing. Solo Sikoa, Tamatanga, and Tangaloa, the bloodline, they come walking out there, and, they're about to get into the ring. But then all of a sudden we see Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, come out right next to Kevin Owens in the ring. And then all of a sudden, Tamatanga and Tagaloa gets into the ring brawling with the Street Profits, and Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa is brawling outside the ring, going through the crowd and brawling and all that stuff. And then we see the Street Profits knock the bloodline out the ring, and then Angelo Dawkins hits that front flip senton onto Tamatanga and Tagaloa, taking them both out. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment, but next we're going to be seeing the Street Profits versus the bloodline up next in a tag team match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till then.